chat. We're almost ready to go live. We're just taking care of one or two more things, and we'll be live in a second, chat. We're, like I said, we're just taking care of a handful of things here, and we'll go from there. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're here, we're live. We're getting ready to take care of a couple things. We fixed our stream deck. Look at that, it worked. Our over-the-shoulder cameras are working, but I think we can fix that. Just did we unplug this somehow? I think we did. Well, our face cam is working, our pedal cam is working, our over-the-shoulder cam is not working. Not quite sure why. See if I can get that working. That cable. 1 second, chat. See if I can figure out what's going on there. That guy. What the heck was that? Let me just double check something. I don't know when it stopped working. Hopefully, we'll see. If not, we don't need that camera, but I kind of like having that camera working. Chat. Let me see if I can get this. It's gotta work again. Property. That works. There we go. Alright, we're good now. We're good. Are we lagging? That's the question. No, it doesn't look like we're getting any encoding lag, so that's good. Even with the really noisy, spots. So I think we're good, chat. I think we're good. I think everything is solid. I think we're good. Everything is working. Let's get our headsets back on and let's take care of a couple of housekeeping items we need to take care of. Start by throwing some audio on our ears. Okay, second thing we'll do is we'll turn on our audio setup. We need to start our MU app. Okay, that's fine. And then the other thing we need is we need to start Motec. Start Motec. Perfect. I will be showing you the Motec. I will not be showing you the setup. I don't like this workbook. This one will work. This will work for us. So okay, cool. So we've got our Motec open. We're gonna load our setup, which you won't be able to see because it's already set up. So we're gonna do a race setup. We're gonna see what she feels like, run a few laps, kind of go from there, and kind of see what happens, chat. I hope you can hear me all right. We're gonna move this mic here a little bit. I think it'll be a little bit better. We're kind of gonna go from there. Setup pass, so that's good for us. And like I said, we're just gonna see what the setup does here.
Put in a couple of clean to get our fuel data.
R6. Oh, actually, we should see what the setup has we should see what the setup is set to before we open it. Let's see, what is the setup set to here? 6 for ABS, 4 for TC. 6 for ABS, 4 for TC. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to change the ABS. Let's go to our settings. Let's go to our keybinds, ABS. Oh, we got to do -1 offset, okay. Yeah, no, we don't. Actually, we don't like that. That's fine. 6 for ABS, 4 for TC. I'm probably gonna honestly drop that ABS, but all right. See what she feels like. She's supposed to be a lot safer in this setup than when we were running yesterday, so.
Car 14, just left the fastest lap. GT3, 4, 3, 9.
Alright, she's a little loose on cold tires, that's fine. She does feel a lot better already though. We'll know by how the quick area feels. Yeah, she already feels so much better. She already feels so much better, chat. We're gonna see what this corner feels like, but this will tell us right now everything we need to know. Cold tires through this corner. Just needed to do a slight lift, like a 50% lift. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we're gonna have to change much, chat. We'll see how she progresses, but she feels good. She fought me a little bit there. I don't know if I got enough brakes on, but oh, this feels so much better. Our tires are already warm. Yeah, these feel great, chat. I don't think the ABS is kicked on once, even with it set at 6, so that's actually really good. We tried to push that a little bit too much, but that's okay. She feels really good, chat. Yeah, the bumps are definitely a little bit iffy, but
no damage. Car looks clean. No damage. Car looks clean. Jesus fucking Christ. I was trying to get out of the way. Sorry about that. Hey Shackle, how are you? She feels really good with the new setup. I'm kind of just messing around here a little bit on warm up. Right side. Clear.
Realistic Newtonian physics, huh?
Car.
What are you, pod racing?
2.713.
Wow. Okay. That's the second time I've lost it on warm up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna turn off this light, set the mood. Nah, I'm trying not to crash here. What did he say? I love the strength of those vibrations. Oh yeah. I actually do have a thing called a butt kicker that basically is a 200-watt amp that moves a 1-pound mass underneath my chair. Okay. Alright, I want to focus to see if we can get a good, good outlap here, even on the warm-up. I mean, you're not wrong, but the, yep, see, she just sticks to that now, even with cold tires, which is what we want, so. She is a little stiff, but that's probably good for the aero platform. I can turn on the backlight if you want, so that my face is a little bit more visible, but I didn't do the necessary. We lost some speed here because of the way we How do we like the new pedal display with the histogram? How's your day been, Shackle? I had a lot of fun watching the stream today. It really took my mind off of work, which was kind of nice. We probably shouldn't lift there, but I don't 100% trust that she's gonna stick without getting too loose. We are kicking into the ABS a little bit here, so I'm gonna drop the ABS down one notch. See how that goes. We're only getting one light of ABS, but I don't like getting into the ABS because I'd rather just fluctuate it on my own. Sorry, I gotta focus a little bit here. I will read chat when we get on the back straight. Because this is the semi-sketchy section. Aww. I mean, it was super late, honestly. It was one of those things where it's like I hopped on because I needed to take my mind off of things, and like I got the news, and like I just wanted to get online and share the news with people, but it was a really, really late start for me typically. Oh no, that's fine. I heard a rumor through the grapevine that you may or may not be around. Unfortunately, I don't think I will be, because I'll already be in dealing with my medical issues. Yeah, this setup feels really nice. Aww. I want to set up a VIP redeem similar to how she does it, where it's like a really high point level, but you can lower it. Because I really like that idea. We lost some time there. We did not have a clean entry through that. We lost about half a second there, but so far so good. Very slight lift because she didn't feel like she was biting enough. The car is pretty heavy right now. It was like a 10% lift, not very much. Nice little baby lift. She feels pretty good. After this lap, I'm going to maybe do one more and then check the springs, but I don't really think there's much I want to do to this setup. It feels nice and solid. Can you make it quicker? Yes, but you would make it less safe. And she feels great right now. That's going to cost us some time. Welcome back from the ads. Let me know if the music clashes too much too. I have a key, I can turn it off from like nearby. Hopefully we don't crash the car. Too much of a lift. Aim right for the AMG sign. I got a little hairy. We carried more speed through there, but that was a little out of control. We're over driving now a little bit. It's costing us a little bit of time. We've lost about probably a whole second a lap at this point, just from overdriving the car. I am feeling a little bit of loss of downforce from being behind this guy. But we're gonna gain it all back here in the draft. I actually don't want the draft because I want to see a representative time. He should be faster than me in the GT4. He's in a GT4 because they have less drag. But I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get the, I'm not trying to get the toe here. I don't have a choice here. We're gonna... see what our time was here. 7:59. Okay.
2 length.
Honestly, she feels great. I don't want to make too many changes, if any, to her. Losing downforce behind that car. Front end just slid out from under us. That's okay. We need to know what that's going to feel like in the race, so. Damn it.
We got damage on the front end. Reduced aero might slow you down on the straight.
He's mad. I could have backed off from him a little bit, but he was fighting me so much for it that I didn't want to back off. In a race, I probably wouldn't have risked that. We'll take a look at it. I basically gave him a little love tap from behind, but he knows the GT3 carries more speed through there, so why is he fighting me for it, you know? I just want to complete this lap so that I can look at the Motec data, because otherwise my lap won't be ticking in. Alright, we're done. We're done. Alright, let's go look at the Motec data. Let's see if we can look at the Motec data here. And we're gonna go look at that accident. Oh, come on, let me out. Let me out! Oh, we're gonna have to do this. There you go. Okay, let's back this all the way up to where we had that little incident. There we go. Yeah, he kind of, that's on me, but he kind of brake checked me a little bit. Like, the thing about that is, like, he's fighting me so hard through here, and he's not gonna pass me, right? Like, I just have more downforce than him, right? So I'm gonna do much better through here. He's better off lifting into this corner and giving me the corner. See, and that's the other thing. The other problem is he took he took this, and you can take that in this version of the track, but he took this and then his car was unsettled, which gave him a slow exit. And if he would have just stayed to the left, I could have, you know, I wouldn't have touched him, right? But he kept gliding over to the right because he was trying to basically block me is what he was trying to do. He did it to himself, so I don't feel good about it, but also he did it to himself. Okay, let's look now. Let's look at the data. Let's see if we can find the data for this. Where's Motec? Because what I want to do is I want to look at the shock data and see what it looks like. Here we go. That's not the one we want. We want this one right here. Let's open it. There you go. We are bottoming out occasionally. Okay, that's not gonna work because I need a histogram is what I need. So we're gonna open up a different workbook. We're gonna do How's this one? We want this one. Yeah, this is the one we want. And then we want, where is suspension? Perfect. Let's open some data. And we'll open this data. This is what I want to do. I want to see this one. I want to see lap 2, which was the clean lap. Yeah, see? See, that doesn't look good to us. So I think we can change some of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a snip of this. I'm gonna cheat because this is a lot easier. And I'm just gonna feed it into chat. Just feeding it into chat will help. It'll just be quicker. I can make the adjustments, but chat will give me a pretty decent adjustment on what I should do to this. Which just makes life a little bit easier. I know what adjustments I need to make, but chat will help me with the chat will help me with the settings off of this so that I don't have to like manually do the adjustments as much. Alright, so we're gonna make these changes. Okay, so let's make some changes here. Okay, let's save this. I just want to see what it looks like after we've done, we're gonna like, the graphs. Okay, I can tell you what the graphs means. Okay, let's look at the graphs real quick. So what this is this is a histogram of how the suspension, each corner of the suspension is responding, right? So the more samples you have in one certain range of the shock velocity in inches per second, the more your graph goes up or down, right? So the center is basically the shock at zero with zero velocity, and then as your velocity increases or decreases, right, in inches per second, you get samples in each of the individual like boxes, right? And the dark gray area is basically what we consider the low speed. So low speed adjustments have an effect there. High speed adjustments have an effect in here, but they kind of work kind of together because it's a valved spring essentially with some fluid. So changes to the high will affect the low and whatnot. And what you want this to look like is you want it to look like a perfect hill where you're primarily not seeing a lot of movement when you're like driving normal, and then everything will decay evenly down with a pretty nice even slope. Because we've got a big bump on the right side, that's kind of a problem. So we made some adjustments to kind of fix that a little bit. The car actually feels really well balanced, so I didn't want to make too many big adjustments. I just kind of, the car felt like it was getting thrown around by the bumps a little bit, which is why I wanted to adjust this. And looking at the data, it makes sense because you can see right between the low and the high speed bump, you have like kind of like a kind of big rise on all four corners. So it's happening to the entire car, right? And it's mostly on compression. Bump is compression. So when you hit a bump, right, the shock compresses or the dampener compresses. So most of the issues are in compression, but you know, we could make some improvements to the rebound as well because the rebound also has a slight peak, right? Whereas from center, it should be decaying smoothly. So that's what we're doing. Oh, the iRacing simulates shocks, springs, ride height, aero, the air coming off the car in front of you, the tire temperature, the tire flex. When you drive on street tires versus race tires, when you turn into a corner, you can feel the tire flex and see your limit of grip. So it's super nerdy. Yeah, it really is, which is why we're doing this telemetry analysis. And again, the balance of the car feels really nice, so I don't want to touch the aero platform at all. We're just tweaking the shocks to see if we can make the ride a little bit better. So now we made a change. I saved it as a different version so I can always go back, and now we're gonna run it again and see what the graphs look like in comparison to these graphs, right? And again, I knew what I had to do based on the shape of these graphs, but by asking chat will give me some pretty good suggestions without me having to guess as much. Because like I knew I had to bump up the compression on both sides, right? Yeah, I knew I had to bump up the compression just based on especially on the high compression, and I knew the low could use a little bit on this side, but realistically, you know, instead of me having to do 3 or 4 runs, chat will get me quicker where I want the car. I know what I need to change, it's just a matter of getting it to do what I want. And the better you can explain how the car is behaving, the easier it is to get chat to help you do the right things. And I fed it a bunch of documents that have like that describe all these settings and the limits and a few other things. So I'm using like an existing chat I use for setting up cars. And again, this is stuff that I would always do manually before and do a lot of testing. Now it kind of cuts down on my amount of testing. But let's do another 2 to 3 laps and see what she feels like, and hopefully we don't crash again this time. Oh, you know what? I think something is messed up with my settings that I don't like, and I want to change it. Come on, let me out. Because I think that all looks fine. Driving aids. Yeah, I don't like having the auto speed limiter. The only thing I like having is the auto clutch, only because most of these high-end cars actually do have an anti-stall. But I like to have full control over the pit limiter. Yeah, where I can turn it off. Perfect. So let's see what this feels like this time. Yeah, it's super nerdy. The only thing that this game doesn't simulate, that there's one or two other sims that do simulate it, is flat spotting of the tires. They do simulate overheating the surface of the tire, but not flat spotting the tire. I feel that's coming though. For a long time they didn't do rain, and now For a long time they didn't do rain, and now they do rain. That was interesting. I almost want to start over because that's going to add some temperature to the tire. Yeah. Let's just get out of here and start over because I want to start with a fresh set of tires. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to driving. The cars that are actually kind of dangerous until the tires warm up. If you look at the center of my display, that's my tire temperature, where I'm pointing with my hand right here, and while that's blue, the car, like, the pressures are a little low and the car doesn't behave in the best way. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump up the ABS while I wait for the tires to warm up. Oh, come on. What am I doing? I know better than that. Let's do this. Let's bump up ABS and traction control one setting while we wait for tires to warm up. And once they get warm, we'll kick it back down. I wasn't letting off the brake as I turned in, and that's what caused that spin. I know what caused that spin, it's just like I feel dumb about it because I know better. Things that happen when you're, you know, not fully focused on driving and looking at chat and other things, but it's fine. Yep, there we go again. Come on. What am I doing? Chat, get this right. Come on, don't screw this up. We can do this. We're trying to test. What am I doing? No, I don't think it's rained.
We expect these conditions to continue.
No, it hasn't rained. But it can rain. The weather is actually random based on historical predictions, especially for these endurance events. So it can rain. Alright, let's not screw this up now. I'm just trying to take too much out of the tire, getting too wide, braking too late. Because normally I brake around here when I'm on cold tires instead of where I was trying to brake. I was trying to brake a little bit later. I was trying to brake where I was braking when the tires were warm. And the car just doesn't want that. Doesn't accept that when the tires are cold. Which is why you're supposed to drive a little bit safer on the outlap. Not that I ever listen, but sure where he was going, but... Alright, let's attack it. It already feels a little bit more compliant, which is good. It doesn't feel like the steering is fighting me as much right now. It's still bumpy and fighting me a little bit. It just doesn't feel as bad. So it's got a slight bit more understeer on cord tires than the other setup, but not terrible. Definitely feels a lot better though. A lot of it is when you take, a lot of that histogram too is when I take those curves, having a stiffer suspension, it likes it a lot less. Okay, so on cold tires, she feels more stable, but she feels a hair tighter, like she's pushing a little bit more. So basically, like, she doesn't want to rotate as much with the changes we made, but we also might be carrying a little bit more speed. I don't know for sure because this is the outlap. She definitely feels safer. Like, what I mean safer is, I mean she feels safer through the bumps. She doesn't feel as good overall. But she's not punishing me as much when the car gets thrown around. So I think the change did go in the right direction. I don't know if it's necessarily faster. Yeah, she feels so much better. I'm not really pushing super hard right now, but I'm more trying to analyze how the suspension feels as we go over some of the bumpy sections that you just can't avoid. got a little bit loose on exit there. Not terrible though. Yeah, she feels way better, suspension-wise. Again, I don't know if she's faster. We're gonna try and do a little push lap here and see what we get. Even through that turn, she just felt nicer. You know when it rains because I have this button for a one-time wiper clean off, and then I have this button down here to turn off and on the wipers, and then the green button is my weather report. Red is damage and is neutral for exit. Alright, we're gonna push here. Probably not. I don't think there's any wiper fluid in a race car. Still a little slidey. Oh. Ah!
Got wheel damage.
Damn it.
Your rear wing is damaged.
Ugh.
Might have lost some downforce. Watch
Alright, we gotta start from the beginning again, unfortunately. She feels better though. And we can probably, let's see if we can see that lap. That lap may or may not get uploaded. Because we only did one. Yeah, that lap didn't get uploaded. Okay. Alright, let's try that again without screwing up this time. I was just messy that whole time. I was driving it too hard, and I never turned down my TC and my ABS once the tires got warm, so that was a mistake too, which might have been why she felt a little tight. Because the extra assist will make the car a little bit slower and a little bit less lively. Oh, okay. Okay, she didn't like the downshift. That's what that was. She didn't like the downshift. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We gotta be careful with that mid-corner downshift. That's all. She did not like that mid-corner downshift. I gotta see how the diff is set up. That's probably a diff thing. Yeah, we could take that flat with the new suspension setups. We could take that flat. This is definitely a better setup. Even through there, before it was a little sketch on compression when we would come through there. That time I felt pretty much completely confident through it. So this is a much better suspension setup. All right, let's push. Okay, rotation was definitely the assist. Now that I got the assists back where I like them, the rotation is back. We're not pushing as much, so I think the ABS is just biting in a little bit too much. And yeah, she's way more compliant through the bumps. We're also not bottoming out anymore, which is good. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, see? I was able to take that flat. Yeah, she's way better now. The only problem now is I'm carrying so much more speed that I'm overdriving entries. Like that. I'm carrying too much speed into the corner, and so I don't have enough grip to initiate turn-in with the confidence that I want. She's basically a little more loose overall. Like we're almost not even jumping over the jump. That's how compliant she is right now. Yeah, see, I could just take that whole corner flat, and before I was having to lift off. That's huge. This setup is faster. We're not going very fast right now, but this setup is faster, it's more stable. We made a couple mistakes here and there because we're overdriving the corners, but like I said, we're just doing setup work, just a little bit of tuning. I do want to do one more lap and then look at the histogram and go from there, but I don't think I'm gonna honestly touch it from here. Also, we don't know how the track has evolved. It could be getting warmer, and some of my loss of time could be related to that. The car might just have less grip because of that, but just in general, she just feels so much more compliant. Like, I have so much more mid-corner grip. There's so much more mid-corner grip. It's kind of crazy. Yep. Like this. Hey Alexi, how are you? How are you doing? I'm very happy with the change I made to the car. Not too bad, just we're testing some minor tweaks to our NEC setup. We're gonna run the NEC tomorrow night. The setup felt pretty good, but it was not compliant enough through the bumps. So we made some shock changes, and it is way better now. Way better. Because I'm driving triple 4Ks. I'm driving triple 4Ks with almost everything turned up, so The frame rate is a little choppy, but it's choppier for you guys because you guys are only getting 30 frames than what I see. I definitely do get just a hair bit of tearing if I'm really paying attention, but my eyes are moving so much when I'm driving that it's not that bad. No. Because the panels are native 4K and they don't handle downscaling very well. And my capture card's at 4K anyways, and I game at 4K for other things, so. And I really, the frames aren't a huge difference for me, honestly. I was in VR before, so it's kind of like with way worse resolution. So like honestly, this is not terrible for me. And like I said, my eyes are moving so far up the track. Like my focus right now is all the way up there. So because my focus is so far up the track, I don't really notice too much of the close-up stuff, which is the stuff that's not happy. I screwed that turn up. Honestly, I should have been in 5th gear for that whole section, but I'm right around the same spot. My frame rate doesn't drop much below this. This is already temperature soaked. I'll get the lowest I'll get with a full grid at the start is like 40, usually like 48, 47, but that quickly like stabilizes right around 50, 53 to 55. So it's not terrible. It's pretty steady. I mean, I am pushing this with a 5090. I actually get around 60 to 70 when the card is cold, but as the card warms up, it drops to about where it's at right now. Alright, I gotta focus on trying to push a little bit to make sure that I'm getting good data and this feels good. I'll check chat when we get to the back straight again. Because I'm starting to get sloppy and not push. I'm basically letting off a bit. And that doesn't help my data. Yeah, the car is very much a lot more compliant. I'm not manhandling right now, I'm kind of letting it throw me around a little bit, but even that, it's so much smoother than it was. It just sticks. Whereas before, like every time I would hit a bump, it felt like the car was unsettled. Yeah, I'm on a 12th gen Intel i9 with 128 gigs of RAM and 5090. Mostly because accidents with triple 48s. I have triple 48s. They're LG, so they support 120 hertz, but when I'm running an 11520 res, it's not gonna push out 120 hertz. I can get it up to 120 hertz, but my capture card is only 60 hertz anyways. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm okay with it living here and being able to turn up the settings a little bit more. I haven't been grinding a lot of road. I've taken a lot of breaks. That's one of the main reasons why why my I rating is so low. And the last couple series that I've run, I've gotten like wrecked a few times, so like if I focus on just staying out of wrecks and just finishing races clean instead of trying to like race for racecraft to make my racecraft better, I would easily be in like close to 2K. But I also do a lot of I do a lot of long sessions, and so like I get sloppy after a while because my focus, like, you know, dies out a little bit without breaks. Or I race really tired, and when I race tired, my snap corrections, my snap corrections aren't there. Did you see the start of the 10 car pileup today? Or was that yesterday? I saw it today, but I don't remember if it was yesterday or today. I think it was today. Because I saw it on streaming after it happened. I didn't see it live because I was working today. Oval, I am currently right under 2K I rating. So that's the other thing. I haven't been doing a lot of road racing. I've only been doing like special events and stuff, and like a handful of like rookie series and other things. So I haven't really been grinding this. I was doing a lot of oval, but I've had some medical issues, and so I've been in and out a lot, and just lack of consistency. Mostly, honestly. But yeah, in road, if I dedicated myself just to GT cars, I am easily I think I can easily hit 2K. I don't think I'm much faster than 2K without like spending a lot of time on setup work and customizing things for my cars. But that's the other thing, is I've been running a lot of fixed series too, and so I literally have only been getting on my road license for special events mostly, and just the occasional race that I'll jump into, like a random series. Like, and I've been jumping a lot between like MX-5, the G2, some F4, some Indy NXT. Like, I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't really been focused on grinding a season or anything because I haven't been able to commit to a full season like I was doing before. Let me see if I can make up some of this time we lost early while I was talking in chat.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Nope. I broke the car. I broke the car!
You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there.
Oh. Pass me, come on. Let's go. 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 You're flashing your lights, go.
I'm out of gas.
Oh. I'm like, why are you behind me? Let me send you the setup. This thing is feeling fantastic. I made a slight tweak to the shocks. And the car feels... So I drove the setup, and the setup felt like the car was getting thrown around. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's the Nürburgring. You're gonna get thrown around.
Right, but I made a slight tweak to the shocks, and now it feels like you're not getting thrown, like the car's not getting as unsettled.
Gotcha.
So try this out. I don't know if it's necessary. I think you can extract more speed from it, but I've been talking in chat, and I've done like 20 or 30 laps at this point, so. But tell me how that feels. Like, I can take a lot of the sections that like, the high-speed sections where you do a slight lift, I was taking them flat with the shock tweaks, and I didn't feel confident in doing that before I did the shock tweaks. Oh, what do you want to know, Alexi? I'd be happy to help you on any setup stuff. I think one of the biggest places where people miss out on is shock tuning.
6 minutes left in this session.
Yeah, we can go to a different session. That's fine. But save that setup before you quit.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
I used to do a lot of my own setups, and I used to do a lot of setups for people. Now I kind of just tweak setups for driving styles and stuff, and for improvements. One of the things that even setup shops struggle with a lot is shock tuning. You'll see a lot of setup shops that just set the shocks at like all 5s or like all maxed out. I am an engineer by trade, and I did some Formula SAE stuff, but I am not a race engineer. But I know enough to be dangerous, and I know enough to know what I don't know. Let's see, what session are you going to? 596?
Sure.
Alright, jumping in 596. I did a new paint, by the way, for my my Mustang. What do you think?
I didn't really get a chance. I was trying to do just a full fuel run, so.
Oh,
You said 596 is what you wanted to?
yeah, 596 is what I went to.
I got 7 laps. out of
Okay.
the tank.
Nice. Oh, we're both registered. That's funny. I saw your team register right when I registered. No, I don't do this for a living. I work in aerospace for a living. I work in aerospace. But I used to do setups for a few people. I used to have a speed shop ages ago in a different career. Mostly drag, but I was really big into motorcycles. And so when I was racing motorcycles, I did a lot of setup work in motorcycles, which is why, like, some of it translates, a lot of it, the dynamics are slightly different, right? You know, with like, between a motorcycle and a car, but like the way shocks work and what you're trying to tune out when you're looking at telemetry, that all kind of overlaps. Obviously, you know, the kind of, the engine braking overlaps to an extent. It's a little more prominent in cars than in motorcycles because at maximum braking, your tire a lot of time is almost coming off, but yeah, I am a pilot. I'm building an airplane, which is our usual Saturday streams, but this Saturday we're obviously going to do the NEC. And then we do variety gaming the rest of the time, although lately it's been a lot of Arc Raiders. Our typical race days are Wednesdays, or sorry, yeah, Wednesdays. Yep, I'm building my own plane. I've got a big surgery here in a couple weeks, so I'm gonna be kind of like sporadic. After a few weeks, I'm probably not gonna stream much for the next until probably like June or July. It's a two-seater, nothing too crazy. What I've been doing is running TC 5 and 6 on the outlap, and then dropping it to 4 and 5 TC and ABS once the tires were up, like halfway through the lap.
You know what I find hilarious?
What?
Is that the iRacing Nürburgring combined setup doesn't pass tech.
Doesn't what? Oh yeah, that's not
doesn't
surprising.
pass tackets.
That's not
It's just
surprising.
hilarious.
Wait, where did I put? Oh no, I put this in my Nürburgring folder. That's why I didn't put that in the team folder. I was like, where did I put it? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
If you really look at my lore, there's a lot of lore, but yeah. I did I think my fastest lap was like a 58, but like, you know, talking to Chad, and like that was a 2-lap run with full fuel. Not in the quali setup, so. You could run it 4 and 5 on the outlap, but she'll be pretty lively. Which is why I was going 5 and 6, and then obviously throttle trace 6, because that's linear.
Yeah, it took too much of that inside curving there.
She's still a little, you know, she pushes a little bit still with cold tires, but she's a lot better. I am very excited for the 24. I'm interested to see how Max does. I think he's gonna blow everyone out of the water, but and I want to see how Team Black Falcon does. She got loose on exit there a little bit.
Oh, I found out what my random stuttering problem was.
What was it?
I have wireless mouse on a keyboard tray hooked up to the
Oh.
rig, and it would go to sleep, and if I would hit a bump really hard, it would wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Oh, that sucks.
So now when I start a race, my mouse goes on the floor.
I finally figured out what the stream hiccups were.
Oh, yeah?
My canvas went from 1920 to 4K, so my PC was trying to upscale a 1920 capture to 4K
Yeah, that'll do it.
in CPU. I wouldn't say that. I'm not the best driver. I'm just what I am really good at is telling you what the car is doing, but not necessarily keeping the car at the limit. So like I very much understand lines and everything else, and I understand how the car is behaving, not just like in the corner, not just on entry, you know, but like early entry, late entry, early mid, how it transitions from one half of the corner to the other, which is honestly one of the biggest things for being able to do setup work.
That's why I don't do it. I'm too dumb for that. I just get in the car and drive.
Yeah, he got spit out trying to keep me behind. I was getting a little bit of aero wash from him. Carried a little too much speed into that. Cost me on exit, which cost you for the whole rest of this section. I know this setup is faster, I haven't extracted it yet, but part of the reason I haven't extracted it is because it feels so much more stable on entry now that I'm overdriving entries. If that makes sense, Crack.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think he definitely wins. Unless they get into an accident or something, I think his team easily wins the round 2. I don't think there's any doubt. And yeah, Max is incredible. From a driving perspective, I think he gets in his own way from a mental perspective. I will always be a Lewis fan over a Max fan because I don't appreciate the way Max drives. And I say that when things don't go his way is what I mean when I say that. He's kind of a bully on the race course, which I don't like. And he's gotten away with stuff that in the past he would have never, like, it wouldn't have been accepted because the cars weren't as safe and you would have ended up dying. Oh. Not paying attention and I overran one. Oopsie. Talking about Max being a bully.
Did you just bully somebody?
No. I overran one.
Oh.
I got off the brakes a little too early, and just like, cause I wasn't paying attention and I didn't get the bite on turn in, so I just like went into the gravel a little bit. I had to do a slight lift because I didn't line up properly for that corner, but such is life. Oopsie. When you accidentally hit the pit limiter.
Okay.
No damage. Car looks clean.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it does feel a lot smoother. I can throw it a little bit easier. Like throw it around.
Yeah, like you have so much more mid-corner grip. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference I noticed. The car didn't feel as unsettled, and because it didn't feel as unsettled, it felt like they just had so much mid-corner grip. Where you could like turn in and then like carry a little bit more speed because you know you had a little bit more mid-corner if you needed it. But, you know, if you overdrive the entry now because you feel so confident, then it screws up your exits, and this place is all about exits, so...
You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of the wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there.
She does get a hair tight, in when you're behind another car, when you lose that front downforce, but completely drivable.
Okay.
But it's very, very minor, but you know, it's just like, you just get a little bit less turning and less rotation. She's definitely more winged than a lot of other setups.
That's the safe part.
I say that because on the back straight, like, you know, she doesn't catch up in the draft. Is that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3.6.
Slow lap.
That you?
Clear on the road.
Into the wall?
Cut the cord. You'll have to slow down
I'm in the
to get
wall.
up the time gauge.
I don't realize right now, but I really fucked that up. That was a 56.
I gotta cut the course penalty, so I had to throw away this slab. But
No, I've got a Red Bull Ferrari in front of me.
huh. That's interesting because Max is in an AMG now. That was messy.
Way too slow, man. Really, Ferrari?
I really like what they did with the new graph. For the driver input.
You're doing about 5 laps of fuel.
What?
Oh god, I just had a freaking intense battle. Fucked it all up. You guys gonna get back around me? Except that you asshole. Turn me, you dickhead. Wonder if it's still awake.
Oh, that's foul. How much fuel do I have? You said it was 7 laps?
Yeah, outlap plus 7 lap. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I got 4.5 remaining, and it feels really good. Like right now, like the car just getting better and better. I'm sure that's not gonna hold up, but
I was a little cockeyed. What are you using fuel-wise?
what's that?
How much your fuel are you using per lap?
3.9,
Yeah,
3.9, 3.91.
You got a toy car on the right.
Oh! Oh! I just hurt the car. I was 2 seconds up, like right at the beginning of like the ring section. So yeah, this is definitely fast. This can easily push into the I think the 53s over an entire lap. Let's look at some data. This can definitely push into the 53s. Let's go over here. Let's open Motec. What files we have. Is I'm not worried about that. I am looking for Yeah, it just looks. That looks so much better. Still not perfect, but it looks so much better. Let's do a new snip. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna touch anything on that. You tell me, unless you find something like that feels off. I think right now I'm the limiting factor, not the setup. And this crack. Still there, buddy? I think he stepped away. I think he stepped away from the PC. That's okay. No big deal. He'll let me know when he's back. I'm kind of happy with the setup. I don't want to change anything on it. Overall, like I said, I feel like I'm definitely the limiting factor now instead of the car. So that's actually a really good change. I want to send this. Let's see if I can do some. See if I want to do a couple of changes here now. I want to do a couple additional images now because now I think I am the problem.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Oh, I'm not making any changes to the setup. I mean, the way I'm driving the corner is the problem, right? I just want to throw. So instead of looking at the instead of looking at the spring rates or any of that stuff now, I'm gonna have chat analyze my my torque and cornering, like my lateral G and my cornering, just to confirm what I'm telling it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's definitely, I fixed it so I feel more confident in the car. I'm carrying more speed, but this track rewards earlier rotation and more and earlier on the throttle, like maximizing exit, and I'm kind of maximizing mid corner / entry.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on pace for 54 until I got into this battle.
I think it definitely has 53 in it, with the changes we made, right? I don't think I can extract 53 out of it, but I think it definitely has 53 out of it. Just based on like where I was gaining speed, where I knew I was losing speed because I was making mistakes. Huh.
That's annoying.
I love it when I throw the steering and yaw traces and the G loads and the car responds into chat and it tells me, oh yeah, what you were describing was exactly, the data confirms what you were saying. I'm like, beautiful. It doesn't help me fix my, it doesn't fix my driving because it's my bad habits, right? But it's like, you know, the fact that I understand exactly what the car is doing, you know, is like, this is good.
Yeah, I've been working on my braking the last couple of months. Really helped me find some time. Really annoying. He netcode hit me. He didn't even hit me.
Aww.
I mean, I was definitely squeezing a little bit, but
yeah,
there was space.
Oh, did I crash it? I crashed a GT4 earlier because like we were literally going side by side through Luke's plots, and then up the hill to up Foxhole, and I let off a little early on the little left hand kink, and I obviously didn't take the bump because I've been teaching myself not to take that bump because whenever they rescan the track, you're not going to be able to. But it upset his car, so I got better exit, and like, you know, and his car was still unstable, so he didn't get on the gas, so he kind of just sat in the corner. I just gave him a slight little love tap in the back, enough to unsettle him and send him into the wall. He was so pissed. But I'm like, why are you going side by side with me up Flutes plots? You know, I'm in a GT3, you're in a GT4. Like I'm gonna go faster than you know, for the section we're entering anyways. Like we literally went side by side, back down the whole back straight, down the high speed left hand kink, up Foxhole, like all the way up until that kink, and And the only reason, and honestly, the only reason he didn't make it through is because he went over the curbing and the car unsettled, so he couldn't get on gas. Because the GT4 has less downforce, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have done that in a race because it's just like it's not worth the risk. But since he was fighting me so much, I'm like, it's practice. We could drive. I'm like, we'll drive side by side up this whole damn thing. I don't care.
Right. Like it's practice. I don't give a shit. You want to die, we can die.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna intentionally wreck you, but if you want to try and do this side by side the whole way, let's go.
I'm surprised how quick the TCRs are now. Like they're right up there with the GT4s now.
Yeah, I mean the GT4s in general are pretty fast too because they have so much less drag.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our annoyance will be peak up.
Yeah,
So
oh
close
for
to
sure.
3 speeds.
Yep. Assuming we end up in a good split because of my I rating. Dude, I tanked like 150 I rating yesterday because I qualified on pole. Started in the front and like fucking turn one and like what is it? It's another whatever that short track is. That's like a starter track. That the GT3s were on this week.
Summit Point.
Yeah, Summit. That's exactly the one. I just like on the exit, I grabbed just a hair touch of grass and the car just spun around on me instantly, and it was like on lap 1. I'm like, no. And the amount of repairs wasn't worth it, you know. And I was so mad. And there was like a pretty high split actually. It was like an 18K average, and I was like 1200, and I took pole by like a good like 3/4 of a second. Like I was just feeling good in that fixed setup.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming our split will probably be around 1.5.
Yeah, between both of us, that's what I would expect.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 LMP3 races that I did that ended in disaster at the beginning of the week, I was almost at 21, dropped me down to like 18 something, and back up to 1957.
Yeah. I'm at like 1998 or 97 or something like that in oval.
I'm up to 1500 in Formula now.
Nice. I don't even
Down
know.
to like
I don't even know what my
12.
Formula license is, but I honestly road is what I've been doing the least amount of, and like the couple of road races I've done, I've just like either been crashed or it's just been ugly.
Yeah.
Like
That's how Summit Point was for me this morning. Like
Yeah.
I was top split 2.5k. The first 6 drivers were not under 4k, and I was qualified right in the middle of them. I had the pace, but the little mistakes. They're so consistent at that freaking range.
Yep.
As soon as you make a mistake, you're done.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get above like 2K, it's like you know most people are. I mean, 2K is like top 1%.
I don't think so anymore.
Oh yeah.
With the amount of people that are here.
Like with the amount of people that are on the service, like low 2Ks, it's not as like top like 5%, but like 2500 is top 1%.
Oh yeah.
But when you're 2K, you're getting 2500 lobbies. You know what I mean? Like.
Yep.
And that's why I'm saying you're racing with the top 1%.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. All right. I think I'm done driving for the day. I'm super tired. I've been waking up super early because like the project I got assigned to has been crazy. Yeah, the project I got assigned to has been crazy. So it's been like really like I have like an 8 a.m. meeting every day, and then you know I've got like a 45-minute to an hour drive. So it's like ugh. So, but I wanted to get on and do some setup work and stuff, but
yeah, I wanted to run a full fuel before see how many laps we get. So it's out lapping 7, so it's really 8. But...
Okay. Yeah, so at the midway point, the car was feeling fantastic. Like it was just picking up and picking up and picking up and just feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'm probably gonna run like 8s. Like 8-1s, 8-2s, because I'm probably gonna back it off. Like if assuming I don't get traffic, right? Because in the race, I think I'm just gonna back it off just a hair, just drive a little bit safer, you know. Because I don't want to fuck up your race. Since I don't drive enough, you know. But
I'll probably wind up doing something stupid. Anyway.
but I love how little like it's amazing how much more speed I unlocked with that minor tweak. I wonder if they actually made the spring slightly worse for their pro setups. You know what I mean? Like, let's not unlock everything.
Maybe.
We got it to a point where it feels safe, it feels good. We'll leave it there. You know? I don't know. Feels good.
Yeah. And so we're got the time that we're playing tomorrow. We're playing at 7
In the
Race
morning
session
or
opens at
in
8.
the afternoon?
At night.
Oh, you got the last game, huh?
No, the last game's at 9.
Oh, okay.
So we're playing at 7. They're about an hour. I should be back before qualifying.
Okay, perfect. Because you really should do the quali, because I have done no quali runs.
I haven't done any quali runs either. I was focusing on the race.
I mean, worst case scenario, we start from the pits, but I would rather not.
I was gonna say it depends on if we have any other classes. If we don't have any other classes, not a big deal. But I don't want to start behind slow traffic.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, quali. Do we get? I know it's 30 minutes, but is it 2 laps or is it still 1 lap?
It's 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute session. As many laps as you can put in 30
Okay.
minutes.
I wasn't sure.
Well, I don't.
It's been a while.
That's how I remember it being. I thought it was just a 30-minute session, so you do as many laps in the 30 minutes as you can. Because I would typically run the 2-lap quali setups, and I'd run out of gas and still have like another 15 minutes, and I'm like, God damn it.
Okay.
So I think you could get in with the 30 minutes. I think you can get in 3 laps with the plus the out lap, right? So, but the quali setup should have the right amount of fuel for it. I'm assuming. I would hope.
Guess we'll find out.
I haven't even loaded it in, so.
Me either. Like I said, I was just focused on getting the race pace, race fuel.
Yeah, and I just wanted to I wanted to do some driving because, like I said, I haven't done a lot of driving. And I'm not gonna be doing a lot of driving in here in like after 3 weeks from now. So. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of commission for a few months, so we'll see. I don't know. I'll probably be good enough to play some games at some point, but I don't know that I'd be good enough to race with the surgery I'm having. So.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Which team are we? Am I registering?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever we go.
All right.
Not too worried about it.
I'll probably put you on my new paint. I should have had you send me a logo, but whatever.
Oh, good.
All right, bud. Have a good night.